Hey, welcome to the live stream. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, I'm going to put chapters below so you can skip to whichever parts that interest you the most. Guess what? This is our last live stream before Mai's birthday. Her birthday's on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
I'm so sorry because actually I made everybody confused about that because honestly,
what does this mean?
it's like I'm like I want to apologize. I'm kind of embarrassed because I posted a photo on Instagram and I put that it was my Christmas Eve and actually it wasn't.
You mean your birthday Eve?
My birthday Eve. Sorry, but it wasn't actually. So I misunderstood, but I didn't want to delete it because it was like, yeah, it's okay. I don't think nobody cares, but yeah, actually my birthday is on Wednesday. So
But she likes to
sorry.
celebrate her birthday all month.
Yeah, actually, yeah. That's why I was telling him that I love to celebrate my birthday the whole month.
If you have any questions or comments or anything you want to chat about, leave it in the chat box below here, and we'll be answering a bunch of questions on today's stream.
My stomach.
It's loud.
Yeah.
Okay, my stomach is just going to talk to you the whole
My
time.
stomach is saying hi. It's like blah, 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 in that way.
Do you know this place?
Temoac, Morelos? No.
I haven't been to Temoac, Morelos either. The only place I've been to in Morelos was Tepoztlan. Well, hope you enjoy Dia de Muertos there. We don't have any plans for Dia de Muertos. Lots of people are wishing you a happy birthday.
Thanks.
Oh, here's Melissa's an October baby.
The all people that was born in October are great people.
Carlene says, must be a Hispanic thing. My girlfriend who is Hispanic does a long celebration as well. Is that common here for a lot of people to do lots of birthday celebrations?
I don't know because I think that many of my not many, but some of my friends hate celebrating their birthdays. There are a lot of people. It's like 50% of people don't like to celebrate their birthdays, and the other 50 they love celebrating the whole month.
And the people who don't like it, why? Because they don't like getting older, or
I think so.
Karen says, "Oh, I finally caught your live, Mai. I loved your eyelash video. Great stuff." You must follow her on Instagram then.
Yeah. I posted a video for the ones that doesn't know what we're talking about. I posted a video on Instagram where I teach how to curl my lashes with a spoon because a lot of people were asking me about that.
Because on our last stream, I mentioned that one thing that she did recently that I thought was super weird was I go into the kitchen and she's curling her eyelashes with a spoon. I'm like, what are you doing? And she thought it was perfectly normal.
It's normal.
For me, it was so weird. And then a lot of people were commenting saying, how do you do that? Like, I've never heard of that before. So then she posted a video on her Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just go ahead and block someone here.
What is this? Oh,
okay. Wesley says, do you guys ever visit tourist spots like Cancun? We haven't since we've been together, but I would like to.
We will someday.
When are you guys making a Las Vegas video together? I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
Why not?
Well, like, Las Vegas isn't really your scene, I don't think.
But you told me they had sprinkled cupcakes.
Yes.
I'll go for that.
But will sprinkled cupcakes make it into a video? I don't know. It's not the kind of Vegas videos I do. I do like tip videos, like how to save people money on their next trip.
Okay, you can do that while I stay in the room eating sprinkle cupcakes and watching Netflix.
Deal.
Cool.
Nice to greet you guys live. I also live in Querétaro. You should go to Edward James Castle for your content and show it.
Hilitla.
Edward James.
Hilitla.
Is that kind of like that garden thing with the, I don't know how to explain it. It's really
That like
weird.
that weird structure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. And what state is that in? San Luis.
San Luis Potosí.
Oh,
Hilitla.
Hilitla. Okay. Have either of you been to a bullfight in Mexico? Excuse me, I'm getting some allergies. I was having them before the stream. I took an allergy pill and it just hasn't kicked in yet. No, I've never been to a bullfight either.
I don't like bullfights.
Al, I think you just sent stars on Facebook, so thank you very much. Unfortunately, with the software that we use, we can't see when people send stars, only like the normal comments on Facebook for some reason, and like YouTube super chats. But thanks a lot, I appreciate it. Brandon says, I really hope you can help me. I spent 9 months in San Cristobal last year, and I'm going back to Mexico in January with my dog. I work remotely and want to go to an affordable area with great internet and a cool, I think the comment cut off, a cool weather, a cool spot, cool vibe.
Cool everything.
Okay. Great internet. I'm gonna assume you mean like cool vibe. Affordable, great internet. I mean, honestly, most places are. Like, the more touristy place you get to, generally the less affordable it's going to be. But I mean, going to basically any major city in the country, it's going to have nice weather, lots of good internet options. And then depending on what kind of cool you're talking about, it's probably going to be a cooler climate because most of those big cities are located at higher elevations. Cool expat scene. That gets harder because more touristy means more foreigners, and those are the more expensive areas. So I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you off the top of my head. Leslie asked, does your town have American food? My wife is from Peru. We tried American food there and it wasn't good. I mean, what is American food? Like burgers, hot dogs?
Maybe he's talking about the South America food or something like that.
I think he's talking about food from the US.
Ah.
And usually when people are talking about this, I think they're usually talking like hamburger kind of thing. But yeah, like if you're talking about hamburgers, that kind of thing, there's lots of that stuff here. Lots of those options. Brandon says, talk about McDonald's. We do have McDonald's.
Carl's Jr.'s.
We have Carl's Jr. as well. That's right. And Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Ah, yeah.
Happy birthday, Mai. Hey, guys. Been living in Polanco and Mexico City. Would Puerto Vallarta be more affordable? Probably. It's been a long time since I've been in Polanco though, but based on what I've seen for real estate prices there and things like that, I think Puerto Vallarta is going to be a lot more affordable than Polanco. Happy birthday, Mai. I have two questions. One, not related to travel at all. Do you have advice for how to avoid gringo prices for rentals? I mean, like, I don't think gringo prices are much of a thing when it comes to renting places. Like, if you go on Airbnb, everyone's going to get the same price. If you go on some website like Inmuebles 24 or Propiedades, like the major real estate websites in Mexico, everybody's getting the same price there. Like, it doesn't matter where you come from. Uh, so on that one, I don't think it's really an issue. And two, how old are each of you? I'm something like 34,
Something like 30.
and she's something like 32.
This is fun.
Carol, I think you sent stars on Facebook. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, our software doesn't allow us to see stars, but anytime I get a blank comment like this on Facebook, I'm pretty sure it's stars. So thank you, Carol. Laura has a question. What are the main reasons you'd buy over renting in Querétaro? How are rental prices compared to, say, a typical monthly mortgage in the area? Thanks. So why I'd buy over renting in Querétaro? I'd buy if I wanted to make sure that my rent prices weren't going to go up every year. Like, I wanted to keep my cost of living consistent for many years into the future. Like, for example, let's say I'm retiring on a fixed income. That would be a reason for buying over renting. Another reason is that to have that, to have that security and to know that, like, that house is always going to be there, and I don't have to worry about like the contract coming to an end, or like the landlord wants a lot more for rent the next year, something like that. And a third reason why I buy over renting is that when I'm renting a place, I don't want to put a lot of money into it. Like, yeah, I'll put art on the wall or furniture, like little decorations here and there. But when it comes to like big expenses, if I'm renting a place for a year or something, I don't want to spend a few $1,000s doing like some improvement that would make the home more enjoyable for me, because I know that's going to be a loss and I'm going to lose that when I move out. But how are rental prices compared to, say, a monthly mortgage in the area? I don't know what a monthly mortgage is here. Most foreigners who are buying property in Mexico are paying cash. Like, they're paying for the entire thing up front, because unless you have a credit history here, you're not going to get a mortgage. But I can tell you how our rental prices compared to like property prices here. And generally it's going to be like the price of the home will be somewhere between 20 and maybe 27 years of whatever this year's rent cost is. So that's one reason why I would lean towards renting, because I feel like in general, the prices for buying are higher than the rental costs. And a lot of times it's just not worth it. Like, the last place I was living in, the monthly rental cost was about $1,700 a month, but the house was also for sale at the time. and it was selling for $500,000, or the equivalent in pesos. So 500,000 versus 1,700 a month. For me, the 1,700 a month seems like a lot better deal. Sorry for the very long answer. Okay, I think we missed a bunch of questions here. Edward is wishing you a happy birthday. Hope Wednesday is your best day yet. My birthday is on the following Wednesday, the 19th. So we're both librarians. We're both Librians.
Librarians. Librarians, you said?
I said librarians. Someone wants to know your Instagram.
Post it.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Why do you make your Instagram so difficult to
I
remember?
know.
Okay, I'm looking it up.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Is this right? Is this spelling correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'll put mine too while we're at it. Now, I just put that in the chat.
Fuck you.
I worked out with her and now she's dead.
I'm not dead. I just can't.
She can't move.
I can move, but I'm not dead.
Her arms are dead.
In my legs.
I have a question for you. Why'd you choose Querétaro over all the other Mexican cities? Are there expat communities there? I mean, there are some expat communities here, but the vast majority of the population here is Mexican. So, like, the foreigners is a pretty small percentage. But why did I choose Querétaro? Well, why did you choose Querétaro?
I didn't choose it.
She was born here.
But I'm glad I was born here.
For me, I think it's a pretty city. It's a big enough city to have lots of conveniences and like lots of food options, things like that, without being so overwhelming and being too big. And it has great year-round weather. It's generally regarded as one of the safest cities in Mexico. Those are a few reasons that come to mind. Oh, another one is that it's very centrally located, so it's pretty easy to get to a lot of nearby places. Like you can go to a vineyards pretty close by. Like it's not super close to get to the beach because it's like literally right in the middle of the country. But there's a lot of small little towns like cool Pueblo Mágicos that you can go visit, things like that, short drive away.
And because of me.
Well, that's a reason for staying.
Okay.
How much is gasoline there? It's about 20 pesos per liter. So maybe someone can do the conversion, put that in the chat, into dollars per gallon. Linda says, I enjoyed your walkthrough on the homes for sale. Keep doing them. You provide good info. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. Glad you liked it. By the way, if you guys haven't seen that video today, posted a new video yesterday. It's showing 2 homes for sale in 2 of the higher end neighborhoods here in Querétaro. So I'm going to grab that link and I'll put the link in the chat. Oh, I need to mute my computer. Otherwise, we're going to have me talking on the stream and me talking on the computer. Brandon asked, what's a digital nomad community like in Querétaro? I mean, it exists here, but you're not going to find it unless you like go searching in like Facebook groups. But there are meetups for that kind of thing and stuff. And they're There are quite a few digital nomads, but they're just so spread out throughout the city that it's not like Puerto Vallarta, for example, where you can just go to any restaurant and then you have a bunch of foreigners there. It's not like that here. Why so serious, Mai?
Because
Did you just reject me?
in Kira, we've never kissed in public.
Oh, okay.
You can kiss me later. Because I was sitting on ice cream, and he always get distracted when I eat when we are doing live stream.
She put the most random toppings on her ice cream. We went to this like frozen yogurt place where you can choose your toppings, and she, on top of her ice cream,
It's not random. I mean,
you had strawberries, like 2 or 3 different kinds of cereal, and then gummy bears. I'm like,
what are those German gummy bears that are extraordinary? I mean, it's like, it's not that I'm going to tell the girl, can you give me 10 gummy bears apart? I just have to put it in the ice cream. And it's like, it's no big deal because my ice cream was super sweet and gummy bears are sweet. But you do things that are even more strange than putting ice cream,
nah.
like putting gummy bears on my ice cream. It's like,
No, it's not putting gummy bears on your ice cream. I mean, that's a little bit, but that's not the weird part. The weird part is mixing that with strawberries and cereal and ice cream. I don't know.
you mix sweet things and sour things for breakfast. So that's even more weird. So,
Danny with the 1999 super chat. Thank you very much.
thanks.
He says, "Happy birthday from Chicago." Thanks, Danny.
Thanks for all the happy birthday wishes. I truly appreciate. I've been reading all of them.
Skeet says, "Hey Jordan, do you remember meeting me and my girlfriend at the PV coffee shop in November 2021?" So I would be better able to answer this question if you specified what coffee shop, what your names are, if you knew what you were wearing. Like, like all those things are going to help me remember. Because while I was there, I probably went to a few different coffee shops, and I met a lot of people there who watched the channel. But I do remember meeting a couple at the coffee shop, Petricor, which is like, it has purple branding on it, one day. Kyle says happy birthday.
Hi, Kyle. We are friends. We are Instagram friends.
Dwayne, to a lot of Americans, Mexico has a reputation as a cartel state. My question is, in all of your travels throughout Mexico, have you had any personal unwanted contact with cartel members in fear of your life? Never in fear of my life, but like unwanted contact with them, sure, yeah. Like, for example, I'm in Playa del Carmen, I'm walking down Fifth Avenue, and every 10 steps, someone else is offering me drugs. Every one of those people is a cartel member. And that's unwanted contact. Is it dangerous? No. Like, I'm just saying no thanks and continue walking. Okay, here's someone doing the conversion. 20 pesos a liter to dollars per gallon, 374. Thank you for that, by the way. What? Does it hurt?
Contracturas.
Maria Films, thanks for the super chat. My feliz cumpleaños for your injury. Were you a person that liked to go to nightclubs and dance? When's your cumpleaños?
When's your cumpleaños?
This question's for you.
It's in January 14th.
Yeah, but when's yours?
Ah.
That question's for you.
No, it's not my question. It's just saying.
Oh, Jordan, when is yours?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's a January.
It's in
14th.
January. But here's a question for you.
Before your injury, you're a person that like to go nightclubs and dance. I don't like going to nightclubs because I actually hate the
being around a lot of people.
Yeah, but also the smell of tobacco and people smoking. I really hate that.
Do people smoke inside the nightclubs here?
I don't know if that's allowed now, but it was in the past.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't like that. I hate smoke. I didn't used to go because of that. But actually, this year, I'm planning to go to a nightclub because I love dancing. That's something that I really do love dancing. I'm dancing all the time. But that's why I decided to go to a place that a friend recommended me that it's actually one of the best places to go out and dancing and enjoy. So we're going there on Friday. And I've been bothering him like, are you ready for my birthday? Because we are going to dance the whole night. And yeah, he says like, yeah, with a bottle of tequila or something.
Yes, I'm a terrible dancer. But I mean, give me some shots of tequila and I'll start dancing.
Yeah. So I don't like going to nightclubs, but I love dancing. So that's why I'm going to go to nightclubs this birthday for the first time.
But I was asking her like, what's the schedule like? What's the plans? And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, guys. Because she's like, well, we're going to dinner. That starts at 8:30. And then after that, we're going out to this other place. I'm like, dinner's at 8:30. Okay, that means dinner's not going to finish until like 10:30.
At 8.
And then maybe we'll get to the club at 11. And then how long are we going to stay? Like 4 a.m.? I don't know.
You can sleep.
No,
I'll
join you for it. Don't worry. Is Tinder a thing there? Yes, that's actually how we met. And then if I have this in here still.
You deleted it.
Oh, it's not here.
Oh, my dog.
Sad. Oh, there it is.
There it is. Yeah.
Okay. Then, so we matched on Tinder, and then I sent her this message with no text whatsoever, just this. And that's how we started talking. Oh, here's everyone when you denied me a kiss. Denied. Rejected.
You can kiss me. He doesn't want to kiss me now. I expected that. Phew.
Ivan Hernandez with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Hey there, Jordan. Since I have dual citizenship, you think I should use my Mexican passport to stay longer when I arrive in Mexico? I mean, if you have a Mexican passport, like you can stay as long as you want. Like just bring it with you when you come. That's all. You don't need to do anything else. And then when you arrive, don't go through the tourist line and get an FMM, go through the Mexicanos line. And then also you get, if you're flying, you get a cheaper plane ticket too, because you can contact your airline. Let's say you fly here on Delta Airlines, you contact Delta and be like, "Hey, I'm a Mexican citizenship, and I was charged these fees for coming here," and then they'll refund you, because everyone's plane ticket coming to Mexico includes about a $30 charge to get what they call a FMM. So yeah, you can get that refunded if you have residency or if you're a citizen. ¿Estás bien?
Sí. I wasn't smart today. Sorry.
Fabian says, "I'll be in Querétaro tomorrow. Where are we going to eat?"
Saika.
If Zyka has great Indian food, we recently went to this place, the letter B and then house. Really, really good. Awesome food. It's not the cheapest place, so
But it's not super
it's
expensive.
not. Yeah, it's not super expensive. So maybe most entrees are like $10 to $15, 200 to 300 pesos. If you get like
Mhm.
seafood or steak, you're going to be paying more than that, but $10 to $15 for most of them. But really great food, awesome service. Still getting lots of birthday wishes.
Yeah, I'm reading all.
Jordan better learn how to sing. That's mine. I better learn how to sing, and you can end the sentence there. What were you laughing at?
Tequila is an instant courage.
Exactly. Just give me a half bottle tequila and I'm good.
Okay, now you say half bottle. You told me a whole bottle on
No,
Friday.
I was telling you a whole bottle will kill me.
Yeah.
Will you do tours of tequila distilleries? I did a video of the Herradura one in Jalisco, long time ago on the channel. So you can look that up on Tangerine Travels. I think the video might be titled "How Tequila is Made" or something like that. Ma, you need to teach Jordan how to dance quebradita and pasito duranguense. So I was telling her that after her foot is healed, that we can take dance lessons together. And she goes, "Here's the contract, sign it."
I told him no dance, no wedding. I still up for that.
That's not fair though, because
It is.
I was like offering to you that, hey, we can take dance lessons together, and then you're like, if you don't learn how to dance, there's no wedding.
But
And
why is no fair? I mean, if you
I
go
felt-
to a wedding, one of the main things you want to do is dance. And if you don't know how to dance, what am I going to dance with? Alone?
Luis asks, I assume Querétaro's cost of living is much less than, let's say, Playa del Carmen, right? No, I don't think so. I think they're pretty similar. I mean, if you wanted to live beachfront in Playa del Carmen, then yeah. But other than that, no. Maybe Playa del Carmen real estate's a little bit more expensive, but honestly, I think Playa del Carmen has quite a few more affordable places as well. Jordan, have you been to a Mexican wedding? I have not. What's that laugh?
This is going to be fun.
What will be funny?
Mexican wedding.
This is October, but why is your name May? It's pronounced M-A-Y here. It's pronounced Mai.
Yeah, but it's Mayra.
So yeah, her full name is Mayra. Back Attack with the $4.99 super chat says saludos. Thank you very much. Two travelers of Mexico. Good to see you guys here.
Thanks.
I say happy birthday. She just said Jordan has 2 left feet. I was shocked when I learned that this phrase, having 2 left feet, translated into Spanish, it's exactly the same.
Someone says, tell Mayra that she needs, no, lower. Tell Mayra
That she eats
butter
butter
on
on everything or no wedding. Yeah, I should.
No wedding.
I should like come up with some things as well. If you're gonna put these restrictions on it.
What can you ask me? You don't care if I eat butter or not.
I can come up with something else. What are you laughing at?
It's kind of true.
Your first Mexican wedding will be your wedding? This one?
See, it's kind of true.
Kato says, Ma, you look better with long hair. It's growing fast.
Yeah, in an hour.
Health insurance, how much do you pay a month? Which one do you recommend? I don't have health insurance right now.
We pay per year.
And I'm gonna get it though. But hers is 12,000 pesos per year, which is about 600 US dollars per year, or about $50 a month. And she uses the company AXA, AXA. It's actually, I was looking up AXA, and I was surprised to learn that it's a French company, and they've been around forever, like over 100 years.
Yeah. That's right. Let me go look.
Shandy with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Chalupa hot sauce. Make her eat that.
That's the one we have in the kitchen?
No, we have Cholula. But that might be what he means. James says, happy birthday from El Paso, Texas.
Thanks.
We love your channel. Thank you. If you're healthy, can you just gamble on only going to the doctors when need be, or insurance is a must? I mean, it's all about what level of risk you want to take and how much you have in savings, or like how much you could afford to pay. even if it's like on a credit card. Like, for example, uh, a family member needed emergency heart surgery, and they had to pay 100,000 pesos before the surgery would be done. So that was about 5,000 US dollars. So, I mean, in a really bad situation like that, yeah, maybe you have to have like 5,000 or $10,000 in savings, or the ability to pay that somehow in an emergency if you don't have insurance. Because, like, yes, you can go to a public hospital and get it done for free if you don't die waiting in line. And the doctors there aren't going to be as good as the private hospitals, and the equipment's not going to be as good. The technology's not going to be as good. But yeah, if you want the top quality care at the private hospitals, you got to pay that before the surgery is done. Otherwise, they won't do it.
You'll do it, but you have to pay the whole amount.
But you have to pay the amount first. Like, they won't do the surgery and then like allow you to pay afterwards, right?
Yeah, but it's kind of the same with the insurance. You just have to pay, and after that they refund you. But it's like you have to pay first, like the amount at least. Where it's when it's an emergency, yeah, you have to pay what it takes, and they refund you. When it's something planned, like my surgery,
Yeah.
it's where they you give them the papers that I like my doctors have
Yeah.
been like filling, and they check it and they say, oh, okay, your surgery is going to be like I don't know, this amount, so I'm going to cover you. You'll have to pay like 20% of this amount. So in that case, when it's programmed, yeah, you just pay what the insurance like authorized, like
But
25%.
what about in a situation like this? Let's say you get hit by a car and you need emergency surgery or right then, otherwise you could die, and the surgery is going to cost 200,000 pesos, and you don't have 200,000 pesos. But
No,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I have insurance, but I don't have 200,000 pesos.
No, yeah, I mean,
Will they do the
that's
surgery?
yes,
Okay.
yes, it is. I mean, we have something here we say about the insurances, about everything. It's like car or whatever. It's like you pay for that, wishing you'll never use it. So as simple as that. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's how
it's
all
better.
insurance is.
It's better to be protected. Unfortunately, the public service is like super full. So if you have an injury or something, it's much better to go straight to the private than going to one of the public services, honestly. So obviously, if you go to I forgot, to the private services, it's going to be much more expensive, but they're going to attend you fast, super fast. And that's something that it's not going to happen if you go to the public service. So yeah, you must, even if you are protected with one of the public healthcare insurances, it's better to have both, like insurance,
to have a private healthcare
private-
insurance or a private insurance, and like, let's say you have IMSS, IMSS,
Mhm.
you might also want a private one if you
Yeah,
can
you
afford
can have
it.
you can have both. So the best thing to do
Because
is like to have both.
here's an example of someone who has EAMS. Like, there's IMSS, or what they call EAMS here. This is the public insurance that a lot of foreigners will get when they come here. If you have legal residency, you can get that. Well, there's someone here who needs a certain medication, and this person is covered by EAMS, but EAMS doesn't have that medication, and that medication is $500 a month. It's 10,000 pesos a month, and they need to take it every month. So like that's a case in which it would be very, very helpful to have private insurance. Please go to Amealco. I would like to.
It's just an hour far away from here.
Yeah, it's not far. It's a pretty close drive.
Vamos por unas gorditas.
Are there good gorditas there?
Creo que es barbacoa.
Okay.
Something like that. Or mole. No, mole. It's a day. It's a day of the week in America. I don't remember if it's Tuesday or something like that. That you go and they say that they serve the best mole.
Oh.
Querétaro in the downtown. But it's one day per week. But I don't remember if it's
In
Tuesday
Amealco?
or Thursday.
Okay.
Yes. I don't remember.
Chris says a rattlesnake bite in San Diego is over $150,000. That's insane. So I was in like a small mountain town one time in Jalisco, in the state of Jalisco in Mexico. And I woke up with a pain right on my neck here. And I felt like I got bit by something, and I turned the lights on, and right there on the wall behind me is a scorpion. I got stung by a scorpion, like right on my spinal column, on my neck. And having lived in Arizona, I was always told like, scorpion bite, no big, scorpion sting, no big deal. Like you might go numb in that part of your body, or maybe your whole body will go numb, but it's not life-threatening. But after getting some additional advice, I found out the closer the bite is to your head, the more dangerous it is. And I was told to go to the hospital immediately. So I did. And this is a small town. There's no hospital there. There was just a little clinic. We were driving out of town, and I saw an ambulance parked outside. So I'm like, okay, let's stop here and see what this is. And go inside there. And I get the antivenom for the scorpion because by this point, my tongue is starting to go numb. Like I'm feeling really, really weird. And anyway, I go in there. They give me the antivenom, and it was $4. Yeah, so I know it's not a rattlesnake bite, but it is an antivenom. So it's crazy, the difference. Jandy with $5 super chat. Jordan is hiding his past from you. Before YouTube, he was a well-known hip-hop dancer in the US. He was featured on an episode of Dancing with the Stars. That's so random. Mikasa Merida with a $4.99 super chat. Shout out from Leo and Moxo in Merida, Yucatan. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Does Alaska have medical insurance? She's covered by Tangerine Travels Incorporated. That's funny. We have a little story for you. So this was this last weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so last weekend we're going to this place to get gorditas nearby. And if you don't know what gorditas are, in this case, they were using like a blue corn dough on the outside, and then like it's a round thing about that big, and then they cut a slit in the middle of it, and then you can get it stuffed with a whole bunch of different things like potatoes, many different kinds of meats and things like that. Flor de calabaza, like the flower from the squash, which is actually pretty good. But yeah, so we were going to get gorditas, and we were leaving, and we asked the security guard here if he wanted any or if he liked gorditas, and he said, "Yeah, and flaquitas." And if you don't get this, gorditas, while it's a food, it could also mean uh, like kind of a little fat woman.
Mhm.
And then like, I mean, but ita doesn't necessarily mean little.
Yeah, it's
So
like
so basically, it's just like a heavier woman is what it's
mhm.
saying. And then flaquitas would be a skinny woman. Or if you translate it directly, it would be like a little
Yeah,
skinny woman.
yeah. You put that term like
Ita.
itaito, like the things that you want to refer like in a very sweet way.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it's so gordita. It's like in a sweet way, or it's like mi perrita or something. You add that
Yeah.
term
Ita or
ito
ito.
ito when you want to refer to something like oh it's so cute or something.
Or you can also do it when something's smaller as well.
Yeah. Ay, quiero una gordita, por cierto.
Jordan was a stripper in Las Vegas. You got me. Yep, guilty.
You said you don't know how to dance?
Question.
Uh,
Why did you delete that video or you announced you were moving in together? Also, what's the best way to learn Spanish? So I didn't delete it. Well, it's no longer publicly available on YouTube, but it's technically unlisted. Which, if you had the link for it, you could still watch it. So if you saved the URL, you'd still be able to watch it just by going to the URL. But anyway, it's unlisted because that's what I do with all the live videos. Because I just don't like them mixed up with all the regular videos on the channel. So that's why I do that with all of them. And what's the best way to learn Spanish?
Get a Mexican girlfriend.
Yeah, get a Mexican girlfriend. But it would be even better if it was one who didn't know English.
Ah, sí.
Because then you would be forced to learn Spanish.
I can do that. Let's do that. For 24 hours, just Spanish.
How about 24 days?
Ba. We start tomorrow.
And also, I really like the program Rocket Languages. I think it's a really great, super thorough, and like you get a lot for your money as well. And no matter what kind of learner you are, there's something there for you. For example, I really like the audio lessons. It gets you speaking the language, gets you speaking full sentences pretty quickly. So if you want to check that out, I'm an affiliate actually, and you can go to tangerinespanish.com. Terms of endearment, yeah. So like adding the ito or ita would be term of endearment. Here's a question for you. Luis asks, what's in the area?
What's in the area to see around and outside of Querétaro? Well, I think it depends on what you like actually, because Querétaro has a lot of small museums. Restaurants are amazing. Downtown itself, it's super cool. It's like life here. It's kind of like calm.
How about outside of the city?
But outside
Nearby.
of the city, you can find Bernal or Tequisquiapan.
And this is like cheese and wine country. So if you're
Uh-huh.
interested in like fresh cheeses of all different kinds and going to vineyards and things like that.
You can find different vineyards, or also there are like many parks like Parque Cimatario where you can just go and go hiking or like have a nice walk with friends or whatever. So I think it's I think why
What?
getting distracting me.
What are you doing?
Give me your phone. So it doesn't allow me to finish my answer. But yeah, what I was going to say is that I think there's something to do for everybody. There are so many malls you can go shopping, or there are like art galleries or movies. I think it's a little bit of everything. Yeah.
And there's cool towns nearby, like magic towns or what they call pueblos mágicos here, and each one of those is special, unique in its own way. You can go if you drive a little further. You can go up to the mountains, the Sierra of Querétaro. There's also some magic towns up there, as well as really pretty scenery, and you can see, like I don't know, like various nature, like really beautiful mountains with trees and guacamayas. What's the translation for guacamayas?
I don't know.
I forget.
Let me check.
Macaws. Macaw is the translation.
Guacamayas are tortas with chicharrón
Okay.
as well.
Really? Okay. 57 Chevy, thanks for the $20 super chat. Hey Jordan, I'm on Cozumel now, diving for a week. Awesome. Have fun. Fourth week of a 5-week Mexico trip. It's been fantastic, and we'll be coming back for more. Thanks for all the inspiration over the past few years. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad you have gotten something out of it, and that sounds really cool. A 5-week Mexico trip, going to diving, and I know you mentioned going to other places before, like Playa del Carmen, and I think you're going to the state of Yucatan as well. So hope you enjoy the rest of your time here. Do you guys have Hooters? Yes, there's Hooters here. I know there's one in the mall Puerto La Victoria, and I'm not sure if there's any other locations. There's at least one in the city. Jordan, how tall are you? In meters, I couldn't tell you, but 5'9" to 5'10", somewhere in that range. Richard asks, Jordan, Paul Kiru said that in Mexico, if you have a medical emergency, the price for locals and non-locals, aka tourists, are very different. Is there any truth to that? In tourist areas, yes. Like in Querétaro, highly doubt it. But yeah, for example, I went to the emergency room in Puerto Morelos, and that's between Cancun and Playa del Carmen. And when I went in there, they're like, hey, there's different pricing for, like, we were speaking to them in Spanish, and they said, hey, there's different pricing for locals versus tourists. And I don't know what the pricing difference was, but they said that for tourists, it's significantly more expensive. So do you have any proof that you live here? Like, for example, a lease contract or a residency card. They would have accepted either one of those. So yeah, in that case, it would have been significantly more expensive. I don't know if that's double the price, 10 times the price, or what. Laura asks, are farmers markets a thing in Querétaro? Do you go?
There are some places that make those kind of markets on Sunday, like Alamos.
Yeah, and I think they have it on Saturday, right? Yeah.
Mostly Sundays.
I thought I went to the one in Alamos in the neighborhood of Alamos on Saturday. But anyway, it's right next to Almocero. So yeah, there's a farmer market there. There's on Sundays at Almacén Hercules. There's a farmer's market. But yeah, they're scattered around.
Mm-hmm.
They exist.
Like organic products and local products.
Yeah.
Like that.
Mm-hmm. And do we go? Sometimes. Well, and also like sometimes they have things like that at Antivenom as well.
Hmm.
Like they'll have booths set up there inside the mall. Yeah, I think it's usually on weekends. Wow, just arrived, and I have to say that Maya looks drop dead gorgeous with the way she's wearing her hair and makeup.
Thanks.
Lucky Jordan. By the way, Jordan looks now, he's a foot and a half taller than Maya. Yeah, I look huge compared to you right now for some reason.
Because I'm at the back of the coach and you have.
Oh yeah, and I have a pillow behind me, so now we're at the same size.
You're a little bit taller than I am. And when I wear heels, I'm the same height.
Close.
Hi. I don't care if I'm taller than you.
I think I'm like 5 inches taller than her. Tangerine Travels, do you speak Russian? Nope.
No.
But you can watch the videos with Russian subtitles on it. Are there any Chedrauis or Sorianas in Querétaro?
Lots of.
All over the place. Yeah, if you're not familiar, those are two grocery store chains here. How does owning a firearm for home protection work in Mexico? Do you know much about this? Like owning a gun for home protection?
I think it must be allowed, like not allowed. It's like you get a permission signed by the military. Yeah. And if they authorize that, you can have it. But it's like a gun that they sell to you. You cannot, if you don't have like a paper signed by, like the government that they own you that gun, and it's just a specific size and things like that. That you want, like that you're going to have it for your own protection. It's illegal, but it's like super. It's I think it's not super easy to get that guns. So otherwise, no.
And here's what I know about the gun laws in Mexico. There's one store in Mexico where you can buy guns. It's in Mexico City, and you have to have the proper permits for it. You can own up to 11 guns. I think it's 9 long guns, 2 handguns. You have to have proper permits for all of them. You have to have permits to transport them. For example, if you're a member of a gun club, like you want to go shooting at the gun range, well, then you need another permit to transport that, and make sure you have those permits, because like if you don't and you get caught with it, like that could be 5 years in prison for you. So, but yeah, and it's either harder or I'm not sure if it's impossible, but it's definitely right. I'm pretty sure it's harder to get it if you're not a Mexican citizen. Um, Actually, on that topic, I'm not sure about getting a gun for home protection if you're not a Mexican citizen, but if you want to get like a permit to like be able to carry it with you, well then that might only be for Mexican citizens. Have you used the Couchsurfing app before when traveling? No, I've never used that. Basically used Airbnb, and I've like looked into using house sitting apps or house sitting websites, which house sitting can be a good way to travel and stay places cheaply. Basically, it's usually someone who has pets and who owns a home in Mexico and is leaving for a while and needs someone to take care of their pets while they're gone. So basically, in exchange for you taking care of their pets, you get free rent. So sometimes it's just a few days, sometimes it's a few months. So you can live for free a lot of times as long as you're willing to watch someone's pets. You're getting a call from a patient, which is weird at 8:30 on a Sunday night. Jasmine asked, do you need to own an air conditioner in Querétaro? Can you live comfortably with just a fan? Air conditioning is definitely not necessary. There are some, depending on how the home is built, some homes get hotter than other homes. For example, some of the homes in Zona Centro, like the historic center, can get hotter than other parts of the city. But in general, I would say, yes, you can live comfortably with just a fan. And a fan is plenty to get through those hottest times of the year. Is there a website for dog house sitting? The most popular one that in Mexico, I think, is called like House Sit Mexico. And you do have to pay a fee to sign up. It's something like $50 or $100 a year. But yeah, if you pay that fee, you can do unlimited number of house sits. Well, what do you think? Maybe we should wrap this up and eat dinner?
Sí.
Okay. Well, thank you all for joining. If you haven't seen yesterday's video, did a couple of home tours in two neighborhoods of the city, two different neighborhoods. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. Thank you all for joining, asking your questions, and hanging out with us tonight. Thanks to the moderators and for anyone who sent super chats and all of that. And we will see you next week.